I suppose that the question I have is, why doesn't the government do more to make online platforms legally responsible, for example, for making reasonable checks to verify the identity of people taking out adverts on their services? There's a huge increase in what's called clone scams, where we have criminals posing as legitimate financial institutions, taking out adverts on Google, and users are clicking on them and losing on average £45,000 a person. There's no legal obligation for Google to check that the person taking out the advert is who they say they are. The users clicking on them, not unreasonably, believe that Google have had to do that because all other forms of media that carry advertising have had to make those checks. And I suppose what I really like to know is, what are the government's plans to deal with this issue going forward? Is it something that you would consider including in the online harms bill, or are there other plans to deal with it? Because at the moment, we've got companies making billions of pounds and basically profiting from these fraudulent adverts that they are pushing at users, and users have no means often of recovering their money because, like you say, many of the criminals are overseas, and the stats on judicial outcomes speak for themselves.
Well, I definitely think that there is much more that these platforms could do to assist us in ironing out this, and indeed lots of other types of crime, and their enthusiasm for doing so is variable. I completely agree with you that I can't see that there would be a particular problem with them verifying those people who are advertising, and given that they're extremely smart at identifying that I need to buy a new mower and then pushing adverts at me, you'd think they'd be equally smart at identifying those who are engaged in nefarious activities on their own platforms.